at the Southampton International Boat Show and back by popular demand. Ladies and gentlemen, it's James Lane from Argo Yachting and Pardo Yachts, and he has been gracious enough to take us through stunning GT52 from Pardo.
Rick, a huge welcome back to the Argo Pardo stand here at Southampton Boat Show. The sun is still shining.
Certainly
it's
is.
like this every day in the UK in September.
That's what I hear.
So this is the show premiere of the GT52. We've not had one of these in the UK, Ireland or German waters before, but we're on board. Rick, follow me.
I'm right behind you.
So we again step on the transom. Again, this is an up-down. Thanks for taking your shoes off, Rick. You've done this before. So there is an up-down transom here. It's big. We reckon it could get on something like a Williams 325, certainly a 3.5 metre rib. Subject to weights, we'll have a little look at it for you as the customer. Again, this is the GT version, so it's a little bit different to the Pardo 43, which was an out-and-out walk-around boat. This is half walk-around, half coupe, GT, call it what you like, but we'll go into that in a little bit more detail on this walkthrough, Rick.
I understand that this is the first enclosed offering from Pardo. Is that
so? This absolutely right. So this is the first part. This is the first Pardo in the range that has this saloon area with closed-off patio doors, and it's obviously got that window that's on a ram that goes up and down. But we'll go into that one. It's the first enclosed one after the walk-around range, which is the 38 and the 43. This is the first one. You're absolutely right. Do you know what? We'll walk up the starboard side, Rick. We'll have a go up here. So again, don't look at my hips, but they don't lie. And we walk through huge walk area. Again, it's the same as the 43 we saw yesterday, these massive bulwarks, really thick, really safe, all teaked out. It looks like a super yacht teaking on this sort of boat.
it is stunning?
Thanks, Rick. I mean, we'll go up on the bow in a minute. Let's go into the cockpit. We have a very able assistant who is Simone. Let's pray to Simone. Simone's on board and she'll be pressing the buttons to make me look like I know what I'm talking about, Rick.
Hello, Simone.
So-
You are the official button presser.
The official button presser. So, yeah, Rick, thanks, hon. So, we are on the GT52 and we are in the cockpit and we have what is here, obviously, an up-down table. Can you just have a little up-down table and just get the idea of this? So, when it's in its up position, we reckon there is seating for maybe 10 with, again, a couple of director's chairs. And then when she's down, like that, there are a couple of infill cushions. And then these will all...
That's outstanding.
It creates huge sun worshipping area, Rick. Stay with me. Stay with me.
I'm with you.
Stay with me, Rick. Stay with me.
I'm not going anywhere. Absolutely.
Sunbathing area. It's huge. It's just converts it from a gorgeous cockpit eating for 10 people
That is
to
outstanding.
lying down, having a glass of wine, putting the tunes on. She boasts another bimini, an electric bimini that you saw on the that you saw on the Pardo 43 yesterday. If you could press the button, Simone. This is gorgeous. And it's a nice, simple system. This is not what I would call like an analog bimini. It's perfect. It's exactly what you need, and it's big, and it goes right to the back of the transom.
Absolutely fantastic.
Come through with me. There's two layouts on this boat, actually. So the layout on this one is galley-down, so it gives you a much bigger saloon area. But you can have an option to have the galley-up, and that would be on the starboard side, so you could have your galley here as an option. While we are at the helm, I won't go into too much detail yet, but we have something that's quite cool. We have this button here that can get the helm seat down, and the reason they do that, I think you're going to get the idea. What do you think? Are they going to get the idea? Thank you. Thank you.
I've even got the idea.
So this goes down, and then this moves forward, and then you create your evening to sit down.
Really brilliant.
With your pop-up TV, watch a bit of the American Grand Prix in Texas, and have a bit of fun with that. But as you notice, where you're stepping, Rick, there is no steps. So when you're on board boats and you're going backwards like you are, you're like, oh God, am I going to trip over? Don't get my toe in it. It's all on one level. It's all really nicely done. You can have... So this is amazing storage for Snickers bars and Coca-Cola and dirty rubbish. Thanks for that, Simone. You've sort of thrown me under the bus there, love. But you enough.
Made for.
So and that's rather pretty. Lots of jacket storage, but this can be for wine coolers.
It could be for just about anything, apparently.
Well, steady. I mean, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things on boats, Rick. To be honest with you,
I bet you have.
I won't mention which brand. Pop-up TV. Just moving a bit further forward, we have this huge Targa sunroof. Simon, can you just do that for me? So, do the Targa sunroof for us. So at the moment it's open because we need a bit of air. It's warm in the UK, it's 26 degrees today. In semi-seriousness, when it is closed, it's a different boat. So you now, all the wind's gone, it's a nice area for your evening with your family. If you wanted it open and you're out Mediterranean and a bit of mozzie problems, that's your mozzie screen. It's simple stuff, but it's really nicely done. And then if you are at night and you wanted to have a bit more privacy, then you put this blackout blind over. Nice, cosy and posy. Or 50-50, which is pointless. So can you just put the helm station up for me, please? Well done. And as that keeps going, that then becomes your bolster seat for when you're at the helm. She's an IPS boat, Rick, do you know that? We've got the IPS 800s on this one, which is the larger engine option, so she's about 31, 32 knots. So we've done the helm station up. I'll go into a little bit more detail, but as I said, she's on IPS, hence the joystick, and you've got your main throttles there. We've only put one little plotter in here, but it's very easy to retrofit a 16-inch plotter, maybe add a radar. Actually, she has got radar, to be fair. We could add autopilot, whatever you want. It's very easily done.
Beautifully laid out helm.
I think, Rick, they do it so well, these Italians. They actually smash it. They really do.
They really did.
Forward-facing pilot house window makes this area feel much bigger because it naturally draws your eyes forward. There's no mullions in it. It is just a big pilot house. It almost feels like a trawler boat doing 31 knots. It's proper. Right, come down the steps. They're not slippy because they've been tempered, so that's quite nice. We're now in the lower galley. There is storage under there, but it's locked because we've got some stuff under there, but there's a little bit of storage for a couple of suitcases. Galley, hob, electric obviously. These nice things, this is the sort of Avonite into a sink, but we can make it, hide it all so it doesn't look a mess. Freezer, fridge, you know, the usual storage, but it's just so nicely done, isn't it? You know, they've even hidden the little catches. Those pressy catches that always get everywhere. They're all hidden. You can't see them. They're lovely.
It's just beautifully finished, but it's just so open in here. This galley is...
Rick, if you remember, we spoke yesterday that this is made in the same shipyard as Grand Soleil sailing yachts, which are just gorgeous. They're right up there with sailing yachts, which this is, of course, not. But they're made in the same factory. They're made bow to bow in this amazing factory near Forlì, just outside Bologna in Italy. And you can smell or see or feel the same sort of handwriting or signature from that gorgeous luxury sailing yacht put into the motor yachts. It's the same brand, it's the same energy, the same spirito d'Italia. It's the same spirit of Italy. So it's something to behold. You've got to come and see these things.
It really is.
Twin room back there. The underlights, the backlights, the nice finishing, the little bit of lining, the portholes. It's simple, granted, but they just execute it so nicely.
I just say I'm looking forward, and my instinct was to step down. Like there had to be a step there, but it's not.
Oh, Rick, you're flirting with me again. No, it is absolutely. It is just one simple level.
Yeah.
They don't really do carpets. Of course, you could do if you wanted it in cold climates, but no, why not keep it like this?
Yeah.
It just feels like that luxury sailing boat, even with the teak that's coming into the boat. If you just turn around, Rick, and look forward towards the bow, that's the master. It's slightly offset bed. It is a big bed again, but there's no such thing as a king, queen or super king in the boating world. It's a big boat bed.
It absolutely is, with a huge walk around.
Yeah, loads of space to walk around, loads of space to bang your knees, but that's a boat. Welcome on board. And it's always nice for the owners to have their heads privately set back from everyone else. So, yeah, you can do that, Rick, if you want. I mean, let's cut to it. It's a head, it's a toilet. I can't get too excited, but it's big enough, isn't it? I mean, how good is that? They've got the LED shower head lights, the sort of rainfall shower heads. And the reason they can do that is the profile of the hull rakes forward, as you remember, which is a real signature of Pardo, and they've used all the space that they've given. And there's a little secret for you, Rick, which I'm going to keep until we walk back up the stairs. So it's 2 cabins, or is it?
I'm aghast. I have no idea.
Follow me. So what's under here, Simone?
It's the crew cabin.
So we've got a crew cabin.
What?
So I know, it's ridiculous. So we've got a crew cabin, and we fitted this out with, there is an actual head down there. There's a full-size single bed. There is a sink. It will be for your naughty teenager or the boyfriend of your daughter. It certainly wouldn't be me, but there's an option for you. Would you use it as storage? I would guess you probably would, but it's there, Rick. It's there as an option.
That's brilliant.
Would you sleep down there? Don't lie.
It's down in the hold.
There are a lot of men that say it would be for their wives.
Well, really? That's ballsy. And then we come back through. So follow me. Handrails. The handrails are all hidden. It's just that typical Italian line. They want to keep everything hidden, so it's all underneath the coach roof.
Oh, this is spectacular.
I mean, you're essentially on a tennis court, Rick.
Yeah.
So you and me can play a bit of paddle or a bit of tennis up here. It's huge.
It is, absolutely.
The speakers under this coach roof on that forward-facing pilot house window, so you could sit out here, glass of wine, gin and tonic, get the tunes thumping. I'd be very happy. I'd be very happy.
Had me a gin and tonic.
As a little extra, we've put in these carbon fibre handrails. The guys at the shipyard give this as an option. They don't really want them there because it ruins the lines, but we're at a boat show. And you being American, Rick, if someone falls overboard, I'm going to get sued. So I'm going to try and negate that as much as possible.
Well, on behalf of American boaters, I can only thank you.
Well, I think it's everywhere, to be fair. But we try to do the best for everyone. You saw this on the Pardo 43 yesterday. These are just like fender clips. Again, they want to keep the lines neat. They don't want these horrible warps and fender lines everywhere. So you tie onto here the right length of your pontoon berth, call it what you like, and you pop them off, pop them on, take your fenders away and put them in the huge anchor locker. Massive cleats at the bow again, Rick, if you remember those. Again, they don't want them up in the air because it ruins the lines of the boat, so they have these gorgeous Pardo, electrically etched Pardo branding on there. It's the prettiest thing at the show, without shadow of a doubt, and I don't know how many of your viewers like classic cars or are into sort of the Italian classics, like an Alfa Romeo from 1966, racing down the Mille Mille with Sterling Moss behind the wheel. This is just evocative of that. Follow me to the engine room. Which is IPS, of course, so you've got 2 engine blocks and then you've got 2 pods that are obviously slightly to stern. The blocks are kept as close to the centre of the boat as possible for weight distribution, all the usual good stuff that the Italians are good at. And to be fair, other brands, you know, it's a well-rehearsed act, isn't it? If you turn your camera around, go facing the bow, that's how much space you've got. You could store a huge amount, even an extra fridge if you wanted to put down there.
Oh, it's massive, yeah.
There's room for a gyro, of course. We haven't got one on this one, but you'd put a gyro on that kicker plate down there.
Really well laid out, lots of access. James, Simone, thank you. Can't thank you enough for taking us through, for being the host, for being the button pusher. Absolutely phenomenal job. We couldn't have asked for more, especially out of this yacht. It is absolutely stunning.
Rick,
the Pardo GT52.
You are welcome back anytime, and if you're in the mood to buy a boat, Salon and here are ready for you.
All right. We will have links to all of your contact information, and we will have links to the website and the web page for this boat. And we can't thank you enough. Leave comments for James and Simone.
Nice ones.
Yeah.
Nothing horrible.
How could they be anything?
I'm weak-minded
after such a performance. But leave some comments for all of us. Let us know what you think. But really, only nice ones. And we will see you again real soon. Take care.
Say thank you, Rick.